Good night, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To be honest, it's actually a tough discussion, and we just started at 9, almost 9 p.m. at night, and we talk about the disputes. It's like it will be a long discussion. It should be a long discussion. Yeah. First of all, let me introduce myself. So my name is Among Pundi. This is the real name. So because some of the college always ask me whether this is a fake name, nickname, or the real name. Then I said that yes, that's my name. It's correct, Among Pundi Resi. So you can call me Among Resi or Pundi. It's up to you. Feel free to call me. Yeah. And secondly, responding to the discussion tonight is actually, I was so shocked actually when Sena called me and asked me, Mbak, could you come to this discussion and we talk about the South China Sea dispute with the colleague from Majelis Dzikir. And then I said that, oh my God, this is something out of my portfolio. So I will say honestly to you guys. So yes, I learned about the maritime security at the moment, but actually the defense issues is not of one of my interests. I'm sorry guys, like yeah, it's maybe irrelevant, but we can see the link between maritime and the defenses. So I will starting from Astrid. Astrid say that up to now actually Indonesia still not declare how our position within this dispute. What will we do, or what should government do? It's kind of on the gray areas. Everyone talk, and even at the first time and the first place, each ministerial give the different response. We still remember, I think, one of the ministries said that, oh, okay, we need to stand, yeah, because we need to protect our security, our nations. But other also say that, okay, we don't have any problem with this. This is only misleading information, and then kind of that. Yeah, talking about the dispute with the China, this is not the first time. We have long story, and like Astrid mentioned, it has started after World War II also. When UNCLOS also defined that this area has become Indonesian's water, China felt, oh, it's up to UN. UN can define everything, anything, but we also have our own argument. That's what they say. And how to respond this, or how the government should be respond on these issues actually. Yeah, first of all, we need to know, or we need to see the historical backgrounds between us and China. Indonesia is one of the countries who depend on China's policies and China's aid. That's why it is really clearly to see in that we will not have strong position. We don't have the strong argument to them. And this also can be seen because the fact that our conflict with China, it has been taken for long time. But Indonesia never have any coalition with the other countries. If we really want to strengthen our position, and if we want to send a message that we are here, stand up for our rights, for our territory, actually Indonesia could make a coalition with 8 other countries that Astrid mentioned. But it's never being done. Even like trying to initiate discussion within this ASEAN member state, because almost all ASEAN member countries is affected, but none of the discussion has been initiated. Yes, there is bilateral discussion, both countries speak each other, but it's only between Indonesia and China, and we never trying to involve other parties. Eventually, the discussion about the border management, it should not only owned by the Indonesian government, because it's related to the other countries. So why we don't open our door, our heart to talk with others? That's the first question. Secondly, the big issues in this specific dispute with China, it's also about the investment of the China, right? In other hand, we say that yes, we will have a bargain position with China, but the fact that on our agenda, when we want to develop fisheries centers, that China and Japan is the player on this. And so that's why we have so much dependency with China in regards to the investment, economical linkage, and everything. And the third one, this is the funny things, I think. This is my own perspective and my own opinions. We always say that, like Astrid said, government say that, oh, maritime is our agenda. Yes, we develop maritime plan, security, defense and security planning. But if you go through the documents, none of them is actually clearly mentioned what will be the roadmap on this. And it's been very long time that our security issues are focusing on the internal conflict rather than responding to the external conflict. Why? Because our Navy and also our military is only focusing on the terrorisms, piracies within these countries. But we forget that we need to build strength, Navy, strength powers, and that means that you also need to equip your military with the latest tools, the latest equipment, but we forgot. Because, yeah, yeah, everything, when we look into the document, it's more focusing in combating national crimes instead of like how to prevent our country from the international threats. It's never been talked. So our response is still like, yes, on one case by case. With the Philippines, for example, we have the dispute as well on North Sulawesi. And we could come up with the agreement, soft diplomacy. Pak Hafaz at that time took lead on this discussion and negotiation. Yes, win-win solution. But with Malaysia, for example, we lost our islands as well. Yeah, this is a complex issues actually. It's not, that's why I mentioned that it's not will be gonna the maritime issues itself, but it's linked to other issues. So how the best respond and what should government do, this will conclude my recommendation actually to the government, and we could discuss later on as well, that we need to try to map out whose actor been involved there. This is not only about the responsibility of the navals, but also other parties, other ministries, including also maybe civil society organization. When we discuss about the security issues at the moment, security is not belong to the governments only, but a lot of the parties who has involved. Even when we talk about, let's say, how many fishing vessels that actually currently operating in Natuna water, or how many other sea transportations that move between Indonesia and Malaysia, other countries also has the data as well. It's not belong to Indonesia only. There is private entities who also plays significant role in this. And quite often actually, when we have the dispute on the maritime and seas issues, many of the government actually seeks the support from these private entities. That's why there is one we call like privatization of the security. So the security is not belong to the governments anymore. That's why when we responding to this specific dispute, we need to talk, and also we need to involve more parties, not only put these issues on Kemenko Maritim, for example, only, or it's belong to MOFA only. Yeah, I think that's all from me, and the rest we could discuss during the discussions later on. But apologize, I think I could not stand with you longer because I have baby. So I need to be home at 9:30. I'm so sorry for this. I know this is very interesting topic, but I will try to stay with you guys until 9:30. Yeah, thank you, and yeah, let's discuss.